It's been a fascinating week-long conversation.
Thank you.
You're good.
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, we talked poop. Wednesday, we talked poop. Yesterday, we talked Eid. Today, I know that we're going to talk local food places that deserve your attention, deserve your money, and you need to check out. Chris Fothergill-Brown from YouTube's That's Rank is with us once again. Chris.
We're going to do things a little bit differently today, though, John. John, it's almost May. The weather's looking up, and we're taking our first steps forward to truly return to a life of normalcy. I feel it coming back. You know, people are allowed to go into restaurants full. You know, we're having concerts. You went to Drag Bingo this last weekend, John. Like, we're getting there.
But, Chris, I'm still nervous about that, right?
I understand.
So I hope you're right. I really hope you're right, because, oh, my God, it felt so good to be out.
It is. And, you know, I'm not going to take for granted what's going on, but I am pleased to say for the first time since 2019, I'm excited to tell you that happening right now, today, and all throughout the weekend, you're going to need to curb your enthusiasm because City Hall is playing host to Poutine Fest.
Ooh!
Have you visited Poutine Fest before, John?
No.
I am crushed to hear that because the team, okay. You explain yourself.
I may have to hand in my passport after I say this. I'm not a poutine fan.
Paging Justin Trudeau, we have an illegal in our country who needs to.
I love fries. I'm on gravy. You know what it is? It's the cheese curds, which this is going to sound sacrilegious. I can't stand the squeakiness of that cheese on my teeth. It makes my skin crawl. And I go back to poutine to like the early 80s before it was even a thing, when I was doing summer exchange trips to and from Chicoutimi and Trois-Rivières and places like that. So I got a long history of poutine. It's that squeaky cheese, Chris. I can't get past it.
So here's what I'm going to say for somebody who's in the boat like you, and that's actually, I'm really happy that you brought that up. Okay. Because there's a lot more going on at Poutine Fest than just poutine. Even though it's called Poutine Fest, they have all sorts of fried dishes that do not necessarily encompass.
So they have a branding issue. Okay.
It's not a branding issue, but let me talk you through what goes on down there, and maybe we'll actually be able to get you down there this year.
Yes, please.
So the team who are behind this event have worked incredibly hard to make it one seriously cheesy affair. I got the chance to meet the event organizer a few years back when I was one of the judges at Rib Fest, a gentleman named Les Gagne, who was a food festival fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
He promotes Poutine Fest, Rib Fest, Mac Ma Cheese Fest, and a bunch of other things, you know, all things that I can't thank him enough for, because I think it's awesome for Ottawa tourism, and it gives us a free weekend activity that's just fun. So my advice to you, if you're new to Poutine Fest, don't just hop into a line and wait. Take your time, walk around, check out the vendors, read their menus, and see what other people are getting, and wait for something to jump off the page that's calling to you as the one. It's not a race, guys. The reason that I give you that advice is I remember a few years ago, I got the chance to visit it on multiple days. So I used to work right across the street from City Hall, and it was my weekend to work. So on my breaks, I'd head over and try from the various vendors. And there was one that happened to impress me more that weekend, and it came from a very unexpected source, which was the Green Papaya. Green Papaya is a Thai restaurant down on Preston, but they were taking part in the Poutine Fest stuff. And they made a pad Thai poutine. And I don't know if it was the addition of the crunchy vegetables, the ginger, or what, but it was the winner for me that year.
Was it based on fries too, though, or not?
It's on fries. Yeah, it had the fries, it had the cheese, and it had a very unique gravy. I think it was almost more like a green curry to help bring it all together.
Interesting.
It was great. And I don't know if they're actually going to be there this year or not, but I'll be headed down to see later this evening if they are. But
now, a purist will tell you, though, that that's not really poutine.
And that's fine. If you're a purist, they've got more than enough poutine on everybody's hands. Just everybody does their own specialty stuff. Right. So look, if you just want normal, have at it. But on top of fries and curds, look, there's live music. There's a beer garden. There's ice cream, there's lemonade, churritos, mini donuts, popcorn, and even a maple syrup vendor is going to be there. And I'm hoping, I haven't heard for sure, but I'm really hoping the Twisted Ketchup people, who are very often there, are there, because I need to get my hands on some of their dill pickle ketchup that I love so much. So on both Saturday and Sunday, there's going to be judging of poutines. There's going to be an award show. All you've got to do is check out the schedule at ottawapoutinefest.ca. All the info is there. And it's happening all this weekend, City Hall. Just remember to bring cash. It is a cash-only event, so please don't get caught off guard if you don't show up without cash. It's how they do business. But I'm urging you, let's continue bringing festivals to our city. Head down, check out the Poutine Fest. Let's show the world we're ready for more of this.
Amen to that. Chris Fothergill-Brown, a resident foodie, with us every single day and cranking out content at least 3, usually 4 times a week on his amazing YouTube channel called That's Rank.